How to tell if a dog is a girl or boy. Determining the gender of an adult dog is easy, but the process is more difficult when dealing with puppies within the first 6 months of age. You'll need to carefully study the puppy's underside, looking at its belly and at the space in between its hind legs. Behavioral cues can also provide some indication, but they are much less reliable than a physical examination. Part 1: Checking physical attributes. (1) Wait several weeks. It becomes easier to determine the sex of a puppy as it ages. Try to wait at least 3 to 4 weeks before checking to increase your chances of making a correct determination. It will be easiest to wait until a full 8 weeks have passed. Since, after 8 weeks, the genitals of male puppies should be fully visible. Additionally, frequently handling newborn puppies under 3 weeks of age can cause too much of your scent to transfer to the puppy, masking its own scent in the process. If a puppy smells too human, its mother may reject it. 2. Handle the puppy carefully. Newborn puppies are fragile, so you'll need to be especially gentle while handling them. Make sure that the mother dog is comfortable with you handling her puppies, as well. Some mother dogs can become aggressive if someone unfamiliar touches her puppies, so it's usually best if someone who knows the mother dog performs the check. If the puppy or the mother become distressed when you handle it, you should return the puppy to its mother and try again at another time. 3. Keep the puppy warm. You should perform the check in a warm area to prevent the puppy from catching a chill. Young puppies can easily become sick if they get cold. To the same end, you should only handle the puppy for 5 to 10 minutes. Keeping the puppy out for longer than that can cause it to get too cold. If the puppy begins to shiver, you should immediately return it to its mother's side or to a heated puppy pen. 4. Rest the puppy in its back. Place a clean, soft towel on your work surface. Carefully pick up the puppy and lay it on its back over the towel, thereby exposing the puppy's belly. The towel should also be warm. If necessary, throw the towel into a dryer for a few minutes before placing the puppy on it. Do not use towels that are cold, hot, or wet. However, alternatively, you could perform the check while holding the puppy if you cup your hands behind the puppy's back to support it. 5. Examine the puppy for male features. You should be able to identify the penis and scrotum of male puppies by examining its belly. If the puppy still has its umbilical cord, look approximately 1/3 inch, 1 centimeter, behind the cord for the puppy's penis. Within the first few weeks of a puppy's life, this organ will look like a small raised lump in the middle of the puppy's belly. Gently lift the puppy's hind legs until you can see its anus. The scrotum should be just below the anus, almost directly between these hind legs. By 8 weeks old, a male puppy's testicles should be enclosed in the scrotum. 6. Examine the puppy for female features. If the puppy is female, you should be able to identify her vulva while the puppy has her belly exposed. Gently lift the puppy's hind legs until you can see the anus. Above the anus and between the puppy's legs, you should be able to see a leaf-shaped structure. This is the Female puppies' vulva. Unlike male puppies, female puppies do not have any genitals on the belly itself. Seven. Avoid common mistakes. When determining the sex of a puppy, there are a few mistakes you might make if you aren't already familiar with the practice. Both male and female puppies have nipples, so don't assume that a puppy is female based on that alone. Do not make the mistake of identifying the detached umbilical cord as the puppy's penis. While both will look like small lumps on the puppy's belly, the detached umbilical cord, navel, will be just beneath the rib cage. Moreover, both sexes will have at least one bump. Since both will have a navel, but male puppies will have a second bump in between the navel and the legs. Part 2. Noting behavioral differences. One. Only watch urination habits after the first few months. Young puppies urinate in identical manners regardless of which sex they are. Paying attention to the way a puppy urinates only becomes a reliable judge of gender after 6 months. During the first few weeks, puppies will not be able to control their bowel movements or urination at all, even after the puppies are strong enough to stand and control their habits. All puppies will squat while urinating for the first 2 months. Many male puppies need as many 4 to 6 months before developing the urination habits of adult dogs. After 6 months, most male dogs will lift their legs while urinating, while female dogs will continue to squat. 2. Watch for marking. After a few months, male puppies may begin to mark their territory. Female puppies lack this instinct, however. The urge to mark his territory will be especially strong in male puppies who have not been neutered. Neutering a puppy will greatly reduce his urge to mark. The exact age when male puppies begin to mark will vary from puppy to puppy, but most will start between 2 and 6 months. Some male puppies may begin marking before they learn to lift their leg while urinating. Watching the puppy carefully will determine whether a puppy is merely urinating or whether it is marking its territory. A dog that urinates quickly in many different locations is likely marking, especially if he intentionally urinates after thoroughly smelling each spot. Dogs that only urinate once or twice generally aren't marking, even if they stop to smell many different spots during the walk. 3. Note that female dogs will go into heat. Female puppies who have not been spayed will go into heat on a semi-annual basis. The first heat cycle will occur when the puppy is between 6 and 10 months old. Female puppies in heat will produce a vaginal discharge. You can put dog diapers on to reduce the mess it causes, but in many cases, it will be easiest to simply keep the dog confined in a designated area that can be cleaned later. Each heat cycle will last for approximately 3 weeks. 4. Consider affection with caution. Both male and female dogs can be equally affectionate, so this is more indicative of a puppy's personality than the puppy's gender. Female puppies do have a greater tendency to show affection through licking than male puppies, however. This results from the female puppy's instinct to groom other pack members. Expect the licks to be strong and precise. Puppies who only give the occasional lick are likely doing so out of momentary affection, and not as a result of any grooming instinct. As such, you can expect the occasional lick from both male and female puppies.
Warnings.
Wait until you actually need to identify the gender of a puppy before examining it. Handling a newborn puppy too much can cause the mother dog to become wary of it. Doing so may also increase the puppy's risk of catching cold and getting ill. Young puppies are very fragile, so you should always handle them with care. Wash and dry your hands before picking up a puppy. Make sure your hands aren't cold, either. While handling the puppy, be very gentle and very steady to avoid accidental injury.